You know in my last video how I talked about how sometimes there's just like no motivation at all to put makeup on and look nice? Yeah, that's what's happening right now. So there's something that I haven't talked about in any of my videos so far just because it hasn't really seemed like a thing that's actually happening. But like if you know me in my personal life, you know that this is a thing, and if you know me like on Twitter, you know that this is happening. But I'm moving to LA in 2.5 weeks. That just felt so weird to say. A lot of people keep asking me what made me want to do that and what am I going to do when I get out there and like all these different questions, so I thought I would just make a video about it. But what made me want to do it, I really have no like logical explanation for this. It's just something that I've wanted to do since I was like 12 or 13, and I've talked about it, and I originally wanted to do it when I graduated from high school, and I wanted to go to film school out in LA, but I didn't have the grades or the money to get me in. So I put it off for 2 more years while I went to community college, and I was gonna just transfer from there out to a school in LA, but I realized like I still don't have any money. So I was going to WSU at this point and had no issues with it whatsoever. Like I really have no complaints about the school or like any time that I spent there. I mean, for the most part I did enjoy it. All through college I've just really felt like I'm not really where I want to be or where I'm really supposed to be, but I mean it seemed like a smart decision, so I kept going. So I was gonna go to VidCon, and then I was gonna come back, and then I was gonna move into my own apartment here. Then I went to VidCon, and when I was there I just had this overwhelming feeling of like, this is where I'm supposed to be. Like I need to be out here sooner rather than later. That is the most sure I have ever felt about anything that I am supposed to be doing. So I came back here and I realized like it would be stupid for me to drop out of school if I'm like less than a year away from graduating. So I went to go talk to my advisor, and she basically told me that there were some classes I was going to have to retake that I'd already taken, and that in terms of credits I wasn't even halfway done with college. So that kind of made my decision for me. So now I'm leaving in like 2.5 weeks, and I haven't started packing at all. Literally I'm looking around me, and you can't see this because I specifically don't show my floor when I make my videos, but it's like a bad situation. Like it doesn't look good in here at all, and I have to clean all of this up in 2.5 weeks, and I work full-time, so that'll be fun. I want to start as fresh as possible when I'm out there, so I'm just gonna like pack up my car and whatever I can fit in there, I fit in there, and a lot of my stuff I'm just gonna have to leave here. My best friend Kayleen is gonna drive out there with me, and it's gonna be super fun because we're making a road trip out of it. And everyone wants to know like, what are you doing with your cat? Is he going with you? Is he staying here? Hell no, I'm not leaving my cat here. What am I supposed to do without my cat? He's my little baby. What am I supposed to do without him? So yes, Artie is going with me, and my parents are gonna fly out with him, or either that or I might just like have one of those like little pet airplanes that flies your pets out. But he's going out with me, and I'm not driving with him in the car. I don't want to risk losing him. But as soon as I like get settled into a place of my own, Artie will be there. And to answer a lot of other people's questions, no, I have not yet found an apartment, which is, oh crap, I have to make some phone calls today, that reminds me. Oh, I really don't like calling people on the phone though. And I think the biggest question that I keep getting is, what are you going to do when you move out there? And I just keep telling people, I don't know. And that's like asking me right now, like, what are you going to do with your life? I don't know where I'll be in a year or 5 years or 10 years. I do want to work in film production, so I'm just hoping that I can move out there and hopefully like end up finding some work eventually. Like I just want to be able to like pay my rent by doing something that I love doing. And if I could do that, that's like all that I need. But I mean, when I'm starting out there, everyone wants to know like, well, what are you gonna do when you get out there for a job? And I'm just transferring with my current job that I have. You know where I work if you know me, like in any way whatsoever. So you know that there's like locations everywhere. So it's really not hard for me to transfer to a store out there. That has already been a thing, and like everyone at my job knows that I'm leaving, and I'm super sad to leave them. I know if you know me, you know that I complain a lot about my job, but I mean the truth is like I low-key really love it there, and if I truly hated it that bad, I wouldn't be working there. The reason that I'm moving now is because I wanted to, first of all, I wanted to make sure I had enough money saved up. I also wanted to move out there before VidCon happens. I wanted to be able to like be in a position where I've been there long enough to where I can take like a week off and go to VidCon and like have fun. I know that there are a lot of people on YouTube that want to move out to LA but like kind of don't really know what they're doing, don't know what to expect. So I'll for sure be vlogging a lot about that when I do that. So yeah, like I'm not trying to like be one of those like super naive, unrealistic people. I just, you know, if I didn't at least try, then I think I'd regret it forever. I don't have like a specific plan of what I'm gonna do for the rest of my life. I'm just starting to become the type of person where I can only do what feels right at that time, and this is what feels right for me. And it might work out, it might not work out, but this is what I'm doing right now. I feel like everyone keeps looking at me like I'm so cool for doing this, but I mean, I'm scared. Like, I'm really scared of failing. I'm scared that I'm gonna move out there and never be able to do what I want to do. I'm scared that I'll move and I'll just never be able to find work, and I'll never be able to like make a living on what makes me feel happy. Like, what if I get murdered? Like, that's an actual fear. At the same time, I would be even more scared if I didn't at least try. Like, I would be scared of staying here for my whole life and then wondering, like, what if I had tried to do that when I, you know, didn't have a husband and I didn't have kids and I was just like free to do whatever I want. So even though I'm scared, it's important that I'm doing this, and I think it's important to show that, you know, you can do things that scare you if you think that that's what's right for you at that time. Oh, I have to go talk myself into doing it again. This is my daily talking myself into it. It happens every day. So don't be alarmed. This is what feels right, and I would not be happy if I just like settled for what everybody else is doing just because it's a safe choice. I'm gonna go because talking about this has made me realize that I really need to take care of my room predicament. Like, it looks bad in here. I can't even show it to you. I'm so embarrassed of how bad it looks in my room. So I will just see you next time I see you. Hopefully that'll be before I leave, but if it's not, then look forward to some vlogs about a drive across the country. Okay, bye! Just chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool. Shooting some b-ball outside the school. Fresh cat of Bel Air. Alright, I'll be here, I'll look. Thank you.